Dachshunds are an adorable small breed that many owners love to have. The problem with Dachshunds is they can be a little bit tricky to feed, and that's because of a number of reasons. Most importantly, they are a very small breed, which means obviously they have to have specific nutrients and a smaller calorie count than other larger dogs. But they're also a very energetic small breed, so they need enough calories to be able to keep up their typical energy level, but also a appropriate number of calories to keep their weight under control. They have a faster metabolism and a higher caloric need than other small breeds, so sometimes even a commercial dog food that's made specifically for small breeds may not be right for a Dachshund. And speaking of obesity, they are a breed who is prone to obesity, so watching out for that is important. But another thing that makes it especially important is because of their long spine, their elongated spine, the weight on the belly, the added weight pulling down on the spine can cause a lot of very serious spinal problems and walking issues, along with just the problems that obesity causes in every breed, such as arthritis. There's actually been some research showing that certain types of cancer are more prevalent in dogs that are overweight. So definitely weight is something that needs to be top priority with the Dachshund breed. And then also the breed is prone to allergies, as are a few other breeds. So looking at limited ingredient recipes, a homemade diet is really great because it allows you to control exactly what's going in the food. So of course, you know, as with any breed, any diet, especially switching from a commercial diet to a homemade food, you want to have a lengthy conversation with your veterinarian, or more specifically, a canine nutritionist. And what they will do is evaluate your dog based on many different factors: breed, size, weight, age, energy level, daily routine, and of course overall health condition, as there may be some things that could be helped, or you could do some early prevention with through diet. So they will evaluate your dog's overall needs and be able to help guide you with some recipes. But as a great way to get you started, this is a recipe that you can take into your vet or canine nutritionist to question them about it, and maybe tweak this, add some supplements, whatever they recommend. But this is a really great recipe to start with for Dachshunds. To make this homemade dog food for Dachshunds, it's pretty easy. This is a limited ingredient recipe with just 4 ingredients. The first thing you're going to want to do is cube a pound of mutton. So here is my pound of mutton, and you want to put it in a medium-sized saucepan, and on medium heat you're just going to boil it for an hour and a half. You don't need to add any additional water to the mutton. The natural juices are going to come out, and it's going to boil in that, and you want to do that on a low heat, so it just sort of simmers for an hour and a half, and that will make the meat nice and tender to add to the recipe. My chunks are a little bit bigger. Right now I cut it down after it's cooked. It's a little bit easier to cut, but you want to make sure that you cut it into pieces small enough for your Dachshund. And in this other pot I just have some boiling water, and I have 3.5 cups of oatmeal that I'm cooking according to the instructions on the packaging. I'm going to do that while my mutton cooks, and then once the oatmeal is done, because the oatmeal doesn't take hardly any time, I'm going to set that aside to cool while my mutton finishes cooking. In a large pot here I have my oatmeal that's cooked, and I left it to sit while I was finishing up the mutton. The mutton is here, and that is cooked as well. So I'm gonna add that in there. And I'm also gonna add a 1/2 cup of shredded cucumber. And 5 tablespoons of fish oil. And that's it. That's my limited ingredient homemade dog food for Dachshunds. You're just gonna mix this up, and it will be ready to serve to your dog. I recommend about 1/4 cup for every 10 pounds of body weight per serving, and you're gonna wanna feed 2 servings per day. So that would be, if your dog weighed 10 pounds, 1/4 cup in the morning, 1/4 cup in the evening.